It's McCabe and Jenny. We are backstage at Lollapalooza 2023 and now joined by singer-songwriter out of Bakersfield, Junior Mesa. What's going on? How are you?
Hello, everybody. I'm good.
This is Lollapalooza #1 for you.
Yeah.
#1 done. How was your first experience on stage?
It was great. I mean, the crowd was fun. It's hot as hell out here, but I'm honestly kind of like a not too social. Like I'm not really like a social person. So being around this many people kind of is anxiety-inducing. Sorry, someone was giving me a weird face over there.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
We distracted.
they were like dogging me. Sorry.
Do you normally prefer like a show inside a venue as opposed to a festival because of that?
I don't know. Honestly, I think I just have like sort of like social anxiety, so it can be overwhelming. It can be overstimulating.
For sure.
But honestly, I'm kind of used to it, so I've found coping mechanisms, like going to the bathroom. If you need to be alone, say you need to go to the bathroom, you can lock the door.
And you can have a moment or a couple moments for yourself.
I love that. Well, it is your first Lolla, but not your first time in Chicago. You mentioned that you actually have a ton of friends here. What was something you were looking forward to doing while being in Chicago?
Honestly, I usually when I come through Chicago, it's like on tour. We're only here for a day.
Wow.
And so getting to be here like for about a week is really cool because you get to see a little bit more. And I mean, we're only like the most we're doing 2 shows tomorrow. So I mean, we still have the morning and the evening through the night to explore and do whatever we want to do. So I'm excited that this time I get to actually take my time and see what the city's about.
But we're glad you're here. But I mean, you have been making music for a good while, like writing and producing music. And you're from Bakersfield, California, which another band, I'm pretty sure Korn is from Bakersfield as well.
Sure are.
They sure are. Growing up, I mean, were you just always in music? Was it influenced by parents? And where were you like performing around Bakersfield? Because it is kind of a smaller town, outside of Los Angeles and stuff.
Yeah, the interesting thing about Bakersfield is that we, for whatever reason, like our city itself doesn't represent Korn, but they represent an older artist named Buck Owens, who's a country artist who's great, has great music.
Okay.
It was like they have Buck Owens Crystal Palace, which he owned, but now he's dead. So somebody else, I'm sure his
they don't have a Korn. They don't have a Korn Crystal Palace.
No, and they have like Buck Owens Boulevard and like I think that's the name of the street, but they have like all these like country music like memorabilia and statues and all these things, but none about Korn. And Korn is like one of the
biggest bands on the planet.
Yeah,
you would think like name some
bands.
of the streets after their songs, but
funny thing about Korn too is I used to work at Albertsons over there in Bakersfield, and I'd work the night shift, and every night Jonathan Davis, the lead singer of Korn, would come in and he would have me bag his groceries, but he had me bag them in a very particular way. So he wanted everything to have its own bag. So if it's Gatorade gets its own bag. If it's meat gets its own bag. If it's eggs get their own. Bread get their own bag. It was a lot of fucking bags. And the weird little thing he was into. I don't know.
Was this like around Chutes and Ladders Korn? Was this like when they were first starting out, or they made it big at that point? You're like, I want my groceries a certain way.
I've only ever listened to the hits. I was 18. About 6 years ago, I don't know.
I was going to ask, what music did you listen to growing up? Like, what kind of music were you into? And did that influence your style of music now?
Korn. The music I was into. It was weird. I didn't get into music till much later. Like, I mean, I was into music when I was young, but for the most part, I was listening to like dubstep and like mainstream pop. And like Mac Miller back then, he released that song Donald Trump.
Yeah.
You remember that song?
Yeah,
like the old Mac Miller. I was listening to that. But then when I really got into music I was probably like 16 or 17, and it was a lot of just like 70s music and soul records.
Okay.
Sly and the Family Stone, the Beatles, Jimi Hendrix.
Nice.
And then Nirvana and like the other stuff like you listen to when you're first learning guitar.
Well, if we missed you today because we've been back here, but tomorrow you're also performing on the Tito stage as well?
Yeah, Tito stage 12 p.m.
What can people expect from your show when you're out there on stage? Like, is it high energy? Is it more chill?
I would say it's moderately high energy, and it's pretty like spontaneous. Like I would say every show, you really don't know what you're gonna get.
Have you ever witnessed anything crazy, like while you've been on tour in the crowd? You're like, oh my gosh.
in the crowd.
Yeah, like, have they shown any crazy signs that you've read
Doing
from
things
the
they're not
stage?
supposed to.
Actually, today,
I see you have friendship bracelets on. Did someone
Yeah.
throw this to you?
yeah, somebody there's a man and there's a lady, and the lady gave me this one.
Sexy
and,
AF.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. And then the guy he was across the whole like venue. He was kind of like winking at me and doing. I mean, that was a little interesting.
Okay.
All right. So it sounds like there's a lot going on in the crowd.
Yeah.
I love it.
But I
Well,
left right. I was like, oh no, I'm leaving. I need to go.
friendship bracelet is enough. Well, we do have this box here.
That's right. Okay, this is the box of possibly unfortunate questions.
Okay.
Okay, we don't know what's
give
in
me
it.
the most unfortunate one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So
we
we are
would love for
gonna
you to
We're
draw
gonna let
one.
you
draw
carry
one or
on.
two, and let's see what we get here.
Okay.
What is the question gonna be?
Hopefully
Uh-oh.
unfortunate.
Okay.
Peeing in the pool, for or against?
It's a very hard-hitting question that everyone wants to know.
I'm gonna say if everybody's doing it, you might as well pee in the pool. Cause like,
Yeah.
I would say we need to be more honest about it. Like because
'Cause you know
everybody
people
like
are doing
before you
it.
jump in the pool, everyone's like, no, I didn't pee in the pool. I didn't pee in the pool. As soon as you get in the pool, everybody's peeing in the pool, and you're having a conversation. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody knows.
You just feel
all
like
of a
get a
sudden the
little
water
warmer.
gets a
Yeah,
little warm.
even while you're talking to someone, they're probably peeing in the pool, but
Exactly.
they're having a conversation with
If
you.
people were more honest about it, like I think it could be like, yeah, today this is a pool party and peeing is allowed, or peeing is not allowed. You know.
All right, I
And,
love that.
yeah. Oh, I get another one.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
let's do
one
one more.
more.
All right.
Oh, one more. Two unfortunate questions. Let's see.
Okay.
What is your favorite song to perform on tour?
Okay, you actually got a good question. All right.
Yeah, it's not bad. Probably a newer acoustic song called Caroline.
Caroline.
Can you tell us about Caroline?
Yeah, I think I just burped really loud into the mic. Oh, okay.
You're fine.
Yeah. It was just about a relationship I was in, and it was an interesting relationship. Just I'd never been through something as kind of like prolonged and kind of complicated, and I don't know. It was an interesting dynamic for a while, and yeah, it's just a song that I enjoy listening to. It's like one of the first times I've made a song that I like. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
a lot of
you
people
never
make
think
music
about
but
that you don't like.
Yeah, you
That's
don't like.
crazy to think
Yeah.
about too.
Is it like therapeutic in a way to write a song like that for yourself?
Yeah, I think all last year was really just. It was my first time in my life when I was really just like, I'm gonna use this as a tool to vent, because I don't really go to therapy. I just started going to therapy like 2 weeks ago, so like I might as well have. If I can't talk to anybody, I might as well. I guess I'm talking to everybody. That
You are. You
when I'm
picked to
making
go
a
2
song.
weeks right before
Yeah.
Lollapalooza. You're going to talk to a lot of people.
Yeah,
And are you going to perform Caroline tomorrow when you're on the Tito stage?
yeah, definitely.
Love it.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Junior Mesa, thank you so much for taking
Thank
the time
you.
to
Thanks for
talk
having me,
with
guys.
101.9 The Mix backstage at Lollapalooza.